everyone, this is Mrs. Gross, filming the good Dr. Gross, who's heading off down our island, really, our island. I think the Portuguese had it long before Tim and I did. You'd be delighted that I've got a glass of rosé, and most crucially I've also got a very lovely set of companions for lunch. I hope Tim took some good footage of this very lovely run. This is my most favourite place to be in the world on a Sunday. And of course what I have got is my glamorous chums, really. So Ginny Finn, you have to say hi now. And everyone has to say hi. Hi. And this is me. So Tim Gross is running. We're not running, guys.
We are just back.
Just so that you know, we went earlier. We've done it all for, that beer, this is about the 4th bottle of rosé. There we go, look.
It's been really hard. We've had to drink at least 3 litres of rosé.
Well, we had to cover Tim Gross's quantum quota even. So my darling, I will head off now. I'll go back to Tim and let him tell you how the run was.
Well, it wasn't a good start. I nearly tripped up here. Okay, so welcome to the beach at Armona. This is the Atlantic Ocean side of the island. So I'm going to run to Facetta, which is about 5k, all the way along there. You can see some people, then it sort of quickly descends into nothing. Doesn't seem to be too much wind today. Shoe choice today was the Nike Streak LT3, very much an old school racing flat. You can't to believe that sort of elite marathoners used to race marathons in these. I think it's got a file-on midsole and really, really minimalist. You kind of feel it really tough work when it's sort of not on the sand, but ideal for the sand really, because you obviously don't need so much cushioning. So this sort of run was basically 3 miles, 5k of literally absolutely nothing but sea and seagulls. So really sort of tough conditions, but really good fun as well. It's pretty substantial to just to collapse, isn't it? Hi. This is kind of hard work. You kind of look back and see absolutely nothing. Look forwards and see absolutely nothing. No people at all now. I'm right between the end of Armona and Facetta, where I was the other day. So I think I'm probably about halfway though, so I'll crack on. I found a slightly flatter bit away from the actual water. I would like to say that this is great fun, but when you're knackered, beach running is really tough. I think I actually ran this flat out about 20 minutes with the wind behind. Today it's going to be more like about 30-35, I think. So at this point I'd actually run about 5k and arrived at the place called Facetta, which is the other side of the mainland place called Facetta. It's a bit confusing. This is kind of more like Facetta Island. There used to be a few houses here actually, but there's some footage on YouTube about 10 years ago, not long after we first came here, where they just basically got blown away in a storm. So they've never actually put back anything permanent here, but they have now built a boardwalk, and in the summer you can get a ferry from where I was the other day, where you can get the train as well, from one side to the other. So I've never actually got this ferry, but I'm going to have to try it one day. And indeed, that little shelter there is where you wait for the ferry to come down. So I was walking down this bit here, boardwalk down to where the ferry point is. It looks like this little boat here. I think it had brought 3 people up the road, because I actually passed those 3 people. So if you wanted to get a boat back, you perhaps have to sort of ring up for one, or see if this guy to take you back. But yeah, I wasn't doing that today, obviously. A really sunny day. It wasn't that warm, although it felt quite warm. It was probably about 20 degrees. And then you see, look, I was looking at my watch. So averaging about 10-minute miling. Yeah, you can see that the sand stretches out for a good long way yet, but I'm a bit too adventurous to do that today. I think we'll head back. I've only come about a quarter of a mile back the other way, and already I can't see anybody else for the foreseeable future. 6.3 miles in just over the hour. So yeah, hard work. Okay, so we made it back to Armona end. I'll do a voiceover here because the wind was rather loud, just pointing to the area in the summer where there's lots of deck chairs that you have to pay for, although this time of year you can just wander down. There's also a bar which is actually currently closed. I think it's about to open anytime soon. You can get a nice drink. Sue's often down this way with her friends in the summer when she's here. I tend to sort of go off my runs and see her later, as it were. So just pointing out that the Nike Streak LT3s, although they're very minimalist, were rather good. Bit of a camber going both ways, so you feel like you're running one way and then have to run back the other way to even yourself out. You see there's hardly any sort of midsole to them at all, but yeah, on sand when you got like plenty of cushioning underfoot. They're ideal, and it's so light as well. Even my size, they're sort of 200 grams or so. Lightest road shoes that I've got, even lighter than the Street Flies. So here's the run on the Stryd. So here's our Mona here, and up here is Facetta. So that's the mainland Facetta there. It's kind of spelt in English with an S, but in Portuguese with a Z. I tend to put it as a S. So you can see here there's actually a bit of water here, and there's a bit of a sort of like a spit really that just sticks out, and you can run then further along. You can't actually get all the way to here. You eventually come to a sort of permanent sea bit. So yeah, I think it's about 5k along there, just dead straight, southwesterly. The wind today was basically a southwesterly, so it was kind of helping on the way out. So it wasn't actually that much. It was about 6-7 miles an hour. And if you see here, interestingly, on the way out, didn't get any air power, which is kind of what you expect because I was basically running with the wind behind. I think I was actually going a bit faster coming back. But as you can see in my pace here was a little stop. I think when I looked at that derelict buoy, only 5:49 pace, so not very quick at all, but average heart rate of 121. So Sandy is quite enough hard work, and power 222. If we look at the same bit on the way back, and I think for once I would actually say that the air power is working quite well because I've got an average of 4% with a headwind of about 6 to 7 miles an hour, as I said, and the power is 242 with an average pace of 530, and the heart rate there 126. I was working a bit harder for sure going back, although I felt like I was running a little better. It's kind of difficult because of the camber both ways, so you're really sort of struggling to find a good bit, and I had to sort of basically use the edge of the water to find the sort of firmest sand, because if you go further up, although it looks flatter, it gets really quite fluffy sand because that bit of sand is kind of quite dry. So I kind of prefer to run at the water's edge, sort of Kafuzi style, to get my feet wet a few times, but fortunately not too bad, and didn't get the airport on the Stryd blocked.
So Tim,
yeah,
this is it now?
9 miles.
9 miles, my darling.
On the sand. Got to Facetta.
Oh, 9 miles on the sand. That is tough, my darling.
It was, yeah. I need a drink now. Iced tea, honestly.
And this is how you know that it's a very good day, when you've got the very lovely Dutch Margaret saying, anyone else for coffee? Along with Corinne putting a hand up, and me thinking, who the hell's going to help us out with the fag end of the last 4th, 5th jug of rosé? Tim, needless to say, is on lemon tea. Just saying. Anyway, over and out, guys. Okay, big hug. Bye. Hello, everyone. Hi, it's Sue here. Today is actually Portuguese Father's Day, which seems to coincide with Mother's Day. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of like footage when here we go. So Tim's been to Facetta and back. We've all been precisely nowhere. So this is all lots of lovely people chatting and drinking and talking and enjoying all sorts of things. So I'll get Tim, do you want to raise your iced tea? So Tim's on his iced tea, needless to say no one else is on iced tea. And it's a very lovely day in paradise. So my huge recommendation is embrace the Algarve in March, really. Anyway, I'll sign off now. Okay, darling. Anyway, thank you all very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we're heading back now, and I'll leave Sue, etc.
Fabulous day, thank you.
Exactly.
Right, see you later. Okay, hope you enjoyed this little run. Like and subscribe, all that, and see you next one then. Bye.